Okay, what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to show you how to take a Sandbox league. Garrett and Brandon have developed a 167 game, 8-team Sandbox method that works very well for testing various things like plays and players and settings and that type of thing. But what I want to do here is I want to make a version of the Sandbox that has my team as the primary team. In case, again, the original Sandbox concept is great. It uses generic rosters of 70th, 80th overall percentile overall players. But sometimes I want to test plays for my team, and I might have a reason why I want my specific team in there, and that's what we're going to do today. I'm presuming at this point you've already created the Sandbox, which I've done here. So I already have a Sandbox created, and it's called Sandbox _ root. So basically what this means is I went through the directions, did the team's XML, the custom schedule, all the settings, injuries off, all that, and then just saved it without doing anything else. So, and I do that so that every time I want to run a new type of test, I don't have to reinvent the wheel all over again, do the JSON all over again, and do the settings all over again. You don't want to have to repeat that because it's not hard, but it can get tedious if you have to do it over and over again. So this gives me kind of a template system. And so without further ado, first thing I'm going to do here is I am going to go to the team office. I want to go to, I believe Jacksonville is team 1, and I do want to just prep things by change the logos and colors and that type of things. I mean, it's not a big deal. But, the Patriots with Jaguars logos looks a little weird. So I'm going to actually pause the recording while I make that changeover. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, there we go. Just wanted to... It's not an absolutely crucial step, but it would just look kind of awkward if I left the old logos in there. So I'm going to save this, but I'm going to be careful. I'm not going to save this as Sandbox root. I'm going to save this as Sandbox Patriots root. Or I could say it's template. Okay. Okay, so that's the easy part. I'm going to exit this league right now. Oh, I didn't change those colors, but that's all right. I'm going to go back to the main menu. Actually, let's load league. I need to load the CSFL because I'm going to take the Patriots from the CSFL and put them into this league. That's the goal of this video. So in order to do that, I first need to extract the players.json file from the league itself. So we just got to wait for that to load up. So we've got all the files in here. We got the JSONs for the 70th percentile. We got the test teams, the instructions. Again, I did not create this process. The whole idea of sandbox testing, certainly credit goes out to Garrett and BrandonS for that. I can't believe it's... Okay, there we go. This one's over here. Okay, now we have the CSFL League loaded. There's only one thing I have to do here, and that is... no, I can't export from there. I have to go to Search Players, and I'm just going to go to Active Players, and then Export here. I'm going to move the salary up to 1 and years up to 1, just so that removes all of the free agent players. That just makes it a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to go ahead and export. Not the export to CSV. Okay. Okay, so that's all I need to do. That's all I need to grab from there. So I'm just going to go back to the main menu here. And let me go ahead and... Oops. Here's our folder. Let me see where this thing went to. I think it went to my over in Studios, Profit 2024, Leagues, CSFL, CSFL Active. Just gonna move that over here. I'm going to make a copy of this, actually. CSFL Patriots only. Because that's our goal. That's what we're going to have when we're done. We're going to have a JSON file. We're going to extract every player who's not on the Patriots roster. So let's go ahead and do that now. Let's kind of move the... no, I don't want it. Okay. I'm going to use a website, JSONEditorOnline.org. And I'm going to take this file. I'm just going to drag it and drop it in here. It took me a long time of finagling to get this thing to do what I wanted. It's not the most user-friendly program out there, but it works. So once I have this, you edit players. Let's copy it over to this editor window here. I'm going to click on Edit Players. Now, you have to know what your team ID is. Now, in my case, one thing you could do, fortunately, with the CSFL is an NFL-style league. In other words, it uses one of the built-in teams.xml formats. You could look in teams.xml. You can find it that way. Another thing is you can go into your league's folder into HTML, images, logos. And you can see all the league logos here. And, you know, whatever. If you're Giants, your team ID 18. If you're the Cardinals... your team ID 30, and so on and so forth. We are team ID 2. I've checked that out beforehand. So what I want to do is I want to go into, let me kind of get through this again. I want to edit players. I want table mode over here. So I can table mode, edit players. And now I want to filter out only team ID 2. So I'm going to go to the wizard. I'm going to filter team equals 2. Now it's very picky with this. It says 0 results because I think it wants it in quotation marks. Yeah, sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. But it looks like we got 60 items here, so that worked. It turns out I tried this and it would not work, and it drove me crazy because 2 apparently is not a numeric value in this JSON file. It's a text value. I don't remember this being a problem the first time I did this, but anyway. So I'm going to click here for transform, and you see basically it filtered out so that only the 60 players on my team are in here. Now, we're not quite done yet because I could leave this as 2, team ID 2. I'm going to change it to team ID 1, and the reason I do that is because team ID 1 is the primary team in the Sandbox format. Now, because I'm lucky that I have a team ID of 8 or less, I probably could just leave this as team 2. But I just edited team 1 to be the Patriots, and so why am I going to want to edit another team now? And besides, if your team ID 30, you need to change this because I'm not going to, if you try to import players on team ID 30, players on team 30 into an 8-team league, I do not want to know what's going to happen, and I'm not experimenting with that. Okay, so that's why I'm changing the team ID. So I'm going to apply all this. Now I'm just going to save this to the same folder. I'm going to call it, let's say, CSFL Patriots only .json. Save it at that. CFSL Patriots only. I created this earlier. Oh, I'm just going to override the one I had before, and I believe this should be this was saved a minute ago. So this has only the Patriots players, is only my players, and with all the team IDs set to 1. So we're almost there. Last step is we go back into the game. Oh, I have to load. Oh, I don't know why. Oh, okay, we were in CSFL. Yeah, I got to go back into the Sandbox Patriots template. Okay, just a couple steps, and we've got it. Now I want to go into the roster. Now this still has the generic 70 to 80 players. So what I have to do is I have to cut all of them. Let me see if I can make this a little quicker on myself. I could do auto adjust, take 10 of them out. No, I can't. It's still practice squad. Oh, well. No, I thought that might be a shortcut. Okay, anyway, so I literally have to go into every player and release that player. Go to the next player, release. Next player, release. I'm not going to bore you with doing all these. I'm going to pause the recording while I release the rest of the players, and then we'll be right back. Okay, there you have it. An empty roster, so we're almost done. I suppose I could have added the JSON first, but then I'd have 106 players, and then I'd have to filter out which ones are the real ones. I don't know. All right, last step. We're going to go back to League Home. And we're going to go import. Now we're going to import the JSON that we just edited. I want to place them on existing teams. So this is why I changed the team IDs to 1. So I don't have to, otherwise I would import them. They'd all go on the free agent list and I have to sign them. So this will just import them directly onto the Patriots team. I don't have to worry about, okay. And so here's the Patriots only that we exported earlier. And there we go. Import complete, imported from file 60. So all we have to do is go back to the team office, go back to the roster, and they should all be in here. Yes, we got players. And it was empty earlier. There we go. Everyone's on our roster now. Beautiful, beautiful. And so now I can save this. And next time, if I want to do an offensive player, like if I want to bring a bunch of offensive plays and test them, then I can go into strategy and I can go in and I can load all the settings and the playbooks and all that. And then file, save as, and I'll save Sandbox Patriots off test or something of that nature. So that's why I do all these things. I do this so I have a nice template system because this is tedious. It's not hard, but it's tedious. And you don't want to have to do it every single time you do a new test. So I now have those 2 root files. I can create anything I need from those, and that's it. So again, this video does assume you've already had the Sandbox created. There are directions and files for doing that. I'm sure you can find them in your local whatever server, or find an experienced GM. They'll know how to access it, or you can ask me. But I'm not going to put that in the video. I figure that's you've already created your base template, and I like to save it like this when I've gone through all the initial setup process. But the league settings and the free agency period and the training. Get that all set up, save it, so you don't have to redo this every single time. It gets very tedious. Almost as tedious as making this making this template. Okay, I hope this helps. Let me know if there's any questions. All right, bye for now.